What's up, besties and homies? It's your girl Aisha checking in, back with another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome to Strong Friends Check-In Podcast. So I want to share a little bit about my first week teaching at the men's correctional facility. As you all know, I have been teaching for a long time. I also shared that I've taught in many different capacities. I teach exceptional children. I'm credentialed to teach pre-K through the undergraduate program at the university. I have taught English as a second language to students overseas as well, virtually. So I've taught in many different capacities, but I've never taught at a correctional facility, more specifically a men's correctional facility. So maybe about 2 years ago, for some strange reason, this thought popped into my head that maybe I should teach at a correctional facility because it's something that I had never done. Okay, so I'm trying to calm my dog down. He's so spoiled, y'all. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Come to mama. Hey, come to mama. Normally, I edit these parts out, but I'm going to leave it in today. Come to mama. Anyway, so I got this bright idea that maybe I should teach at a correctional facility because it's something that I had never done. Also, I want to give back in as many ways as I can. I want to pay it forward. People helped me and I want to help others. So, long story short, I applied for this position probably about a year ago. But when I received the call from the college, the lady told me that she needed me to teach a different course. And so I accepted. I said, okay, because for those who don't know, when you teach at the college level, typically you have a contract, and your contract may be for a semester. It might be for a full year. So it just kind of depends on the school and the job. So, what you're teaching and all of that. So typically there's a contract, and you teach that course for that semester or that year, and then you get to decide if you want to renew the contract. Also, the school will decide if they want you to stay, renew, or teach a different course. Okay. So she told me that she had a different course for me, that someone was already at the correctional facility teaching that course. So I took it. I said, okay. And so I've been teaching a different course for the last year. So the instructor that was at the correctional facility decided to teach a different course. And so then that gave me the opportunity to then transfer to the correctional facility. I will say this. It is different. I think the thing that stands out the most to me is it is such a secure facility, and that's great. But I've just never had to essentially ask permission to enter every single door. So I've got to get used to that. Because, of course, at the colleges and universities, you just walk through the doors, right? You don't need permission to enter every single door. And so I have to remember that. Sometimes I find myself just pulling on the doors because I'm not used to it. So that's one thing that stands out to me. I will also say that it's amazing how God works, because when I think about my biological parents and I think about the paths that they each took, I know that God has his hand on my life. I know that for sure. Because every statistic that should apply to me at this point in my life does not. So my biological parents did not finish high school, so they did not earn high school diplomas. I think my father, I think he either got a GED. Yeah, I think he got his GED because he needed his GED to join the military. And so he, got his GED. He joined the military. That didn't last long. He was put out of the military. And eventually he got sick while incarcerated with lung cancer and passed away. So he didn't pass away inside the facility, but we found out that he had lung cancer while he was in the facility. One of the other inmates contacted my grandmother and said, "Your son is very ill and they will not get him help." So then my grandmother called the facility and said, "You need to send my son to the hospital ASAP." And so that's how we found out that he, in fact, was suffering with lung cancer. I was 9 years old. My father did not want to take chemotherapy, so he refused the treatment. The cancer spread to his brain, and he eventually passed away. My father made peace with that. He gave his life to Christ while on his deathbed. He kept his Bible on the table next to him and almost wore the pages out because he had such a thirst and a hunger to know more and to be closer to God. He kept a picture of me in his Bible and bragged to all the nurses about his beautiful little girl. And so when I think about all of that, all of the different statistics, because both parents were addicts, and so statistically, I should have been an addict. Statistically, I should not have graduated high school. Statistically, I should have been doomed because my father was not only an addict, but he was addicted to several different substances. So his addiction was severe. And so when I think about all of that, and I think about just me having that thought, I don't know where the thought came from, right? I don't know where the thought came from. Like when I was growing up, I never said, you know what? I want to teach at a correctional facility. Like who dreams of doing that? In fact, I never even dreamed of becoming a teacher. That was not in my plans at all. But it is the path that God laid for me. I never thought about being a nonprofit executive. Didn't know what a grant writer was. Had no idea. I think I shared this before. As a child, I saw myself doing something in business, but really what I saw was being a wife and helping my husband. That's what I saw as a child. So I saw my husband being out front and being the head and having the vision, and me being the smart, beautiful wife, working alongside him and helping him in every way that I could. So that's what I saw as a child. I mean, a small child. I would say maybe I started having that vision at 6, maybe even 7. So, and that was even before I really started paying attention to my grandparents and the adults around me. I believe I had that dream, that aspiration, even before I noticed that, hey, I've got all these great examples of marriage around me. For some reason, I saw that, but I didn't see any of the other stuff. I mean, nonprofit executive, that makes me a businesswoman, but I didn't see that specifically. The vision was totally different. And I'll say this, I truly believe that what I saw initially will happen. I believe that I will marry my kingdom husband and support him in what he's trying to do. It just hasn't manifested yet. So I do believe that that will happen. I guess my point is the path that we take is sometimes not exactly how we envisioned, oftentimes. And there may be twists and turns, there may be detours, but trust in the Most High God is what I would say. Trust in the Most High God. But getting back to my experience, yeah, so far my experience has been good. The students are eager to learn. They all seem to have a strong work ethic. They are participating in class. They seem to like me. So they seem to have warmed up to me very quickly. And so I'm just blessed, y'all. I feel so blessed to be able to make an impact and to, like I said, just be a blessing. That's just be a blessing. I just feel like my life is purposeful. My life is meaningful. My life has value, and so does yours. And so I encourage you to follow your dreams. If you get an idea, no matter how far-fetched you think it is, no matter what people say, go for it. It's your life. And so it's your responsibility to live it and take over the world, Pinky. That's my message. Know that you're worthy. Know that you're loved. Please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, it's your girl, Aisha, signing off.